Okay, so you stop there, and now what we're going to do is we're going to come backwards now, and we're going to lunge backwards. So there you go, down you go. Okay, come on, stabilize. There you go, good. And then step back, and step back into another lunge, and go vertical. Very good. So on the breathing squats and the lunges, we would probably, I don't know, do a set of maybe 10 or 12 squats at a 3-1-3 tempo or a 4-1-4 tempo very slowly. And then we maybe do some lunges up the floor. Maybe you'll do 6 to 8 up the floor and 6 to 8 back down the floor, and you'll be finished with that. After we get through with that, most of the movement is done. You notice that we've not done any static stretching. All this movement is actually stretching everything we want to stretch. Now, where we have to go here just before we kick would be what we call it our eccentric loads. And there are two areas that you have problems when you're in a Poomsae training program. People will tend to get sore elbows, and they'll have hamstring pulls because of the kicking. You're not kicking into a target, you're kicking in the air and loading it with a tremendous amount of energy. So first we want to do is let's protect our elbows a little bit. And so to warm up the proper muscle, and in the case of the arm, it's the long head of the bicep. Because what that does is it actually slows the arm down as it extends. So if we warm it up and make it strong, the brain will tend to turn it on when it's necessary to protect the elbow. So turn a little sideways. And she's just going to reach out very, very lightly, open-handed, and pull back very abruptly, just like that. That little abrupt movement, she'll feel it right here on the long head of the bicep. She'll feel it. You feel it? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we'll do that maybe empty-handed and do both sides. Yeah. And we'll do no more than, say, half a dozen. Because you're loading that muscle pretty hard. Hang on a second. I will get a ball, for example, another extension of that. We'll get a ball, maybe this weighs 1 pound. And she's going to throw it up in front, she's going to catch it and pull it back. So she's catching the ball and loading it as she comes back. Right? So it's a very simple exercise, right? And what we're going to do is continually, thank you very much, we're going to continually load that bicep like that. And that also would take, if she did 6 or 8, that'd be a lot. We'd be finished. And she can actually punch as hard as she wants to, and that elbow will not get sore, because that muscle will slow it down. Okay, so I'll put that over there. What we're going to do is now, we also want to do some eccentric loads for the legs. There are 3 sections. We have a front, a round, and a back. So Jim will help us. And the front section, the key here is everybody's done these stretch kicks. Those things actually shorten range of motion because there's a stretch reflex that we do not want to access. So he's going to go up really slowly, and then he's going to pull down really fast. So it's really slow. So we don't create the big stretch reflex. He goes up where there's no tension and then loads on the way down. Okay, that would be front to back. It would be more of a front kick. You'd be protecting that hamstring. And then there would be a roundhouse. You come out and you pull it back very quickly. Again, loads out slowly and pulls it back very quickly. So we're loading the eccentric muscles rather than the concentric, which would be way more, that'd be the muscles you're actually pushing the leg out and kicking. Now, the back one would be to the rear, steps out and brings it to the floor. Very quickly, he brings it to the floor. Yep, just like that. Now, number of these, you would do more of these because your legs need a lot more work. I would do somewhere between 15 to 20 of each particular section. And then you would pretty much be ready to kick. You'd be able to kick and work your Poomsae probably as aggressively as necessary in order to train at whatever level you want, and your body would be fairly protected. So again, roll, joint rotations, dynamic movement, and then eccentric load. And that would be the basic philosophy of our warm-up. And to be honest with you, I can honestly say our athletes do not pull hamstrings and they do not hurt their elbows. I think a lot of it's due to their diligence in warming up, and the fact that Naeem and I and Steve walk around with a big club and don't let them kick until they're absolutely warm. Thank you. I hope this helps.